Good podcast I was listening to. And one of the founding members of Good is Garrett Clark. And he has an argument that golf is not a sport, it's a game.
Interesting.
Matt, we're back.
Hey.
Episode 4, Road to Scratch podcast.
Yes, it is. Episode 4.
I'm Shane. He's Matt. And if you're listening on audio, thank you very much. We are also on YouTube. And before we get started, if you're on YouTube, you can see behind us Swing 365 Colorado. Full 24/7 swing simulator for all of your practice needs. It is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful spot. It's locally owned by PGA Professional, family-owned business. And if you hit code SCRATCH, which I'll leave in the description below and in the show notes, that'll get you 10% off any membership. You can even come out and just do some trials and just check it out. Again, swing365colorado.com is where you can go get all the information. And that's all in the show notes below and in the description. All right, with that out of the way, it is now April.
It is April.
And we just watched the Masters.
We did.
And I am reluctant to say that I did not take money on Rory. And I'm sorry, Rory. But that was one heck of a tournament to watch.
It was.
And I'm a big Rory fan. There was a lot of guys I had a feeling were going to be doing pretty well, but to see him go back-to-back, he now enters a pretty elite group of dudes. Amazing. There's only a few guys that have gone back-to-back Masters. Do you know all of them now? There's 4.
There's 4 of them, yeah. Tiger.
Yep.
Jack.
Yep.
And then we have Nick Faldo.
Yep.
And Rory.
That's not bad company to keep.
No.
Yeah, so fun tournament to watch. Again, Masters just kicks off the entire season for us, and it's definitely been some golf weather outside. So I was honestly, just to kind of talk about the Masters real quick, I was really surprised and thinking about my own golf game. It was really interesting to watch Rory play the first 2 days because, and I was talking to you about it, his driver was definitely not where he wanted it to be.
Yeah,
he was playing a lot of that. Yeah, he was playing a lot of that course.
He saw a lot of.
He saw a lot of Augusta.
The course. Yes.
Yeah, he saw a lot of Augusta.
Yeah,
which was great because then we all got to kind of see a lot of Augusta because Rory was.
They're
obviously following him. And he was in some places that I don't think I recognized since maybe Tiger's first win.
Mm-hmm.
In 97, and Tiger did it in a similar fashion off the tee for sure.
Yeah. But
what was eye-opening for me the first 2 days, and I'm not saying Rory has a bad short game. He's not known for his putting, certainly.
Right.
He certainly is creative around the greens, and he's got some really cool shots. I've seen some really cool stuff, even in like Ryder Cup scenarios where he seems to find his putter in the Ryder Cups, by the way. But yeah, he's all over the place, loosey-goosey off the tee, and he was scoring. In fact, he had a 6-shot lead after 36 holes.
After those, first 2 days, it's remarkable.
Really, really interesting to watch, and some of the commentary after Friday about Rory having a 6-shot lead, and basically he doesn't have to do much better than par the rest of the way, and he's got it in the bag, and I was shocked to hear.
Yeah, that's the stupidest comment.
I just couldn't believe that was said.
Yeah. It's like those guys never played Augusta before to make that kind of comment.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't know how many other extremely talented golfers were out there.
Did they not see the leaderboard?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to sleep on Scotty. You're going to sleep on.
Oh yeah, like Scotty's going to be firing up pins if he's. I mean, he has nothing. We talk about this. He has nothing else to lose when he's in those situations. He's not playing for money.
No, he doesn't care about that.
He's already won twice at Augusta.
Yep.
So he's going to be attacking that course regardless of conditions.
Right. Yeah. And they had great conditions all weekend.
I mean, it was pretty calm considering there was no weather at all. It got a little windy over the weekend, kind of here and there, and there were some gusts that came up. Sunday they were struggling with trying to read the wind a little bit. But, yeah, I mean, make that comment. Like, those guys are coming for him.
Yeah, I mean, if he could have put together, 2 more rounds like he did the first 2 days,
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Then it would have been over. But
he's running away with it.
He couldn't. He ended. He did at the end, I guess.
Right.
But yeah. He let some guys back into it for sure. But the guys played really well on Saturday too. Like that's the
There was
thing.
a lot of great play on Saturday.
65s,
Yeah,
67s.
Scotty was firing.
Yeah.
Patrick Reed played well on Saturday.
Patrick Reed.
I'm not a big Patrick Reed fan, but he did play well.
Yeah.
I mean, Rosie was right there. He was shooting at pins too. There were so many guys on that leaderboard that had a chance to get close.
They did.
If Rory was to shoot even par, I know it's going to get close. In fact, what did he shoot? 1 over on Saturday?
1 over on Saturday, yep.
And that was the day where his driver still wasn't there. He was stuck for sure.
Yeah.
And didn't seem to work that out after Friday. And he was the putter wasn't there, but he was getting in worse situations. The greens were getting drier. I mean,
yeah, I think they had that course on Saturday set up a little differently than they did on Sunday.
for sure.
So
For sure.
for whatever reason, it didn't work as well for him.
Yeah.
But other guys, it really worked well.
Well,
for
I
them,
mean,
so.
he didn't see many fairways Saturday either. I mean, some of the stats, just look at some of the stats, or how many fairways he hit, how many fairways he hit on par 5s,
Right.
and how many under he was after Friday, and it just goes to show you, like, those, all those guys are going to be off, but there's still there's so many ways to score.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's amazing to just watch recovery so much of the time. You know, it's almost more exciting to watch it in a way, right? Like,
it's much more
if
fun.
they were hitting it down the fairway and onto the green and putting or 2-putting, it's like, oh, okay,
boring golf.
cool. But yeah, oh, look where he is. He's behind he's got to thread it through this tree and keep it low, and he can't go for it this one, but
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah,
it's watching some of those guys hit recovery. I mean, like what back in the day with Tiger, the way he would just come out of the trees and come out of just some of the most insane trouble, thinking there's no way.
Yeah.
I
know. Just jaw just drops, and you're just like, how is that even possible?
Oh, yeah. And then Sunday, I mean, those guys everybody was right there. I mean, the leaderboard just backed up, which was really cool to watch. And like how many lead changes there were. Rose was in the lead for a while. Yeah. Rory was back and forth. It was kind of like, I'm not really sure how I was going to go on that. At that point, I really had to pull for Rory because it was just like, I want to see the fourth guy do it. Yeah. And he deserves it.
It was good to see him. Yeah. It was great to see him do that.
Yeah. And we'll see if it makes him, that this propels him to, like, phase 2 of a run on majors. It possibly could. I mean, was he like 37 now? So he's got plenty of time left. But, watching some of those guys, some of the shots they hit, like Hak Tun Lee. Yeah. How about Hak Tun Lee's shot on 15?
Yeah, we can relate.
One of us,
related to that very easily.
Yeah, and what's cool about that guy too is that, I mean, his attitude was
he just laughed.
He laughed it off. I mean, what else are you going to do? Yeah. He just turned to his guys like, I can't believe I just did that. Yeah, it happens. I mean, he just literally topped it in the water. Yeah,
definitely can relate.
Everybody's got it.
Well, and that goes like what we were talking about. What's so great about golf? We see these great players do these amazing things, and then we see them do things that we do, and then we can do great things sometimes,
right? And that's what we talked about before. That's like why golf is so great.
Why we all come back to it, I think, in so many ways, because chasing that a little bit, chasing that feeling, chasing that, and hopefully we're growing like into a place like Hak Tun did, where you could just laugh off the shot and move on to the next one.
All of us on our level should always do that. There is no reason to see anybody chucking clubs after you top a ball in the water.
Yeah, you're not
when you're playing.
You're not good enough
even
to do
once
that.
a week.
Yeah,
you're not that guy, bud.
Exactly. So true.
And I will take that. This is part of my year this year is getting better at some of that stuff for sure.
Yeah.
You're going to be right there to help me.
Of course.
Hopefully other people out there. I mean, it's not playing with my brother's a good example of being able to do that, but that's something I'm going to try and get better at this year for sure, is just laugh it off.
Yeah. Move on to the next shot.
Next shot. Yeah.
I mean, I think that's, interesting talking about the recovery that those guys do too, right? Like they could get really upset.
Yeah.
But
acceptably, because that's their career. Yeah.
but they have to move on to the next shot.
Right.
They have to forget about it and go to play the next one.
You can't hit reset. Yeah.
So yeah, that's been
and then watching those guys hit shots like that, or bad recoveries or bad drives, or they're like, and it's looking like, oh my God. We relate to watching some of that kind of unfold and say, oh my God, he's going to make double now. And somehow they walk away with par.
Somehow they get a par, yeah. I know.
And that speaks to all the different realms you have to stay in golf. And that's exactly why they just go, that shot is done.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's 6 practice.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mental practice. I mean, the mental fortitude with this game is on a different level.
Yeah.
It's definitely, it's one of the hardest things I've ever done for sure. And most people can relate to that, but it'll test you no matter what level you're at.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even in the simulator, playing on these courses, and you hit a bad shot, and you're just like, "Come on, what was that?
What was that?" Yeah.
Now you have the next shot.
Right. Exactly.
And I have learned on this, which is great, how to recover and still make good scores. And
cool. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things is not only like letting that shot go, but also like Jack was telling Roy at the beginning of the week too. Don't make doubles. Keep doubles out of your pocket. Just don't make doubles.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. So easier said than done, but it's all about that next shot recovery, thinking it's just a chess game, like thinking about, all right, that sucks. How do I make the next shot to a place where I can try and make a score? So good for Rory. He figured it out this week, but not with his A game. He did not have his A game.
Yeah, that's
he had moments.
Pretty amazing to think, isn't it?
Yeah, he had moments for sure, especially coming down the stretch. He hit some incredible shots and made some putts.
I would really say, Sunday, when he needed to make the plays and the shots, he did.
Yeah.
And the other guys that were chasing him just couldn't.
They couldn't do it. Yeah, except for like Scotty. Rosie was there until the last couple of holes.
But even then, like there's shots, there's a few putts he needed to make.
There was 2 putts I can remember particularly where, especially one on 16, I think it was 16. Yeah. And he just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. Meanwhile, Rory plugs away and makes a shot here and there. Next thing you know, he's up by 2 and going to 18.
I know.
And he's got a little leeway to play with.
Yeah.
On 18. But
that's where you want to be. Yeah. So good for him. We'll see what happens next month, the PGA Championship, which I do not remember where it's being played. Do you know where that is?
I don't remember either.
Look that up. Anyway, we'll see. Yeah, let's see what happens. There's a few other guys out there that I'd like to see, like up there.
Yeah.
In the weekend, and one of those I want to see Blades Brown.
Oh,
maybe get in and play. That kid is so much fun to watch. 18 years old.
There's some really fun players out there.
Yeah. So
a lot of guys are really close to doing some big things.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Masters is now over. That was a great tournament to watch. Congrats again to Rory, and on to next month, I guess. Yeah.
Definitely.
All right. With that being said,
yes, sir.
I was listening to another podcast the other day, and we did use this word a couple times as we were just speaking about the Masters tournament as a game. And part of this podcast was the Good podcast I was listening to. And one of the founding members of Good is Garrett Clark. And he has an argument that golf is not a sport, it's a game.
Interesting.
And I've had this argument with several people, including my brother. But I was listening to him talk about the reasons behind it being a game versus a sport.
Okay.
So I'll get your opinion on that, because the points that he made as to why it is a game to him, I will counter. And I took notes because I was like, hold on, I was driving home from work, and I'm listening to this, and I'm like, yeah, but you could take that to football. Yeah, but you could take that to basketball.
Sure.
And he also calls ping pong a game, and I actually would argue that ping pong is a sport. So
does he call tennis a game?
He does not. Tennis is a sport.
Tennis is a sport. Okay.
Yep. So Garrett Clark, I'm calling you out. Golf is a sport. It is not a game, and I'm going to give you the reasons why. But before I do that, I'm going to ask you, Matt, do you think it's a game or a sport, and why?
Interesting question for sure. It's funny that this comes up at University of Kansas freshman year. I was in a communications class.
Oh.
Do you remember this?
Yes, I do.
How funny is that, right?
Oh my God.
And one of the communications class, one of our projects we had to do was we had to get up and do various public speaking.
Yep.
So we were learning.
I took that class.
We were learning
later.
how to do public speaking, and so there were different exercise, different projects we would do, and then get up into the class and do our public speaking. And I don't remember exactly what the topic or the framework was, but you had to like pick a position and argue for it. I think.
Yep.
So it wasn't like a debate because there was no one you were debating.
Pick a side,
but you had to pick a position, and then lay your case. And I actually chose golf is a sport.
Oh,
that was actually one of my speeches. I have absolutely no idea what I talked about.
Well, it was a few years ago.
It was just a couple of years ago. But I do recall, really thinking about at that time, and it's even now, like what level of commitment that it takes to master it.
Right.
What level of training it takes to master it.
Yeah.
What level of skill.
Yeah.
Behind, outside of just practice, there's like a core kind of internal skill that, especially the Rorys and the Scotty Schefflers,
sure,
have just innately.
Right.
So I'm not sure what Garrett's criteria are between a sport and a game.
Do you want me to give you those first?
I mean, sure. Okay,
I'll give you a few of them. I took some notes because I had to actually write this stuff down because I'm old and I can't remember this stuff, and there's a million things in my head right now. But I also wanted to do it because you can counterpoint.
Yeah.
I can see either side of this, but for where he went with this, I could have come right back and said, yeah, well then that would make everything a game then.
Sure.
So one of the things he did mention was, what
makes something a game in the first place?
Okay, so a game is something that you play for fun.
Okay, play for fun.
It's a social environment.
Social, yeah. Okay.
One of the things you brought up was it's not athletic.
Not athletic, okay.
Which is defined as, I think it was defined I think one of the other guys, I'm trying to remember who was talking about this, was talking about there has to be a level of exertion to make it athletic in a sport. So if you're not exerting, and you're not doing athletic motions, it's a game.
It's a game, okay.
You can drink and play.
Okay.
Or do other substances and play. What else did we have in here? Let's see. I think that's kind of when I was going down.
Those are some big ones.
Yeah. So those are the big points. Is that as what makes it a game versus a sport? And one of the big things that they came up with a couple times is not athletic. So how do you think that is? Yeah,
that's actually, I think, a ridiculous argument about golf. I mean, seriously. I mean, I actually saw just recently an interview with Jack Nicklaus.
Okay.
And he was talking about his money clip. The money clip he has is a long drive contest he won.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't know where it was or what it was, but it's an old money clip. I think he won it in like 68,
it's gotta be old,
68 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he hit it at that time 345 yards or something like that.
Imagine Jack in the today with same equipment.
That was what they were asking him.
Wow.
And they were asking him, they said,
wow.
what would happen, if you were playing with today's clubs and stuff? Yeah. And he was like, well, I would probably be up there.
Yeah.
And then what they were showing, though, was the change in technology. There's been a couple of times where there's been dramatic changes in technology. And when you see that in like going from the persimmon wood or the ball changing or all these different things changing, right? And when it does change, you see a pretty significant increase in distance. But there actually has not been a significant change in technology in probably close to 15 years.
Okay.
And now they've adjusted things, and stuff like
everything's
that,
the newest thing
but
coming
the
out. Doesn't mean it's like-
significant jump hasn't really happened, and yet you're still seeing increases
in
distance.
Interesting.
And so, because the argument they were talking to him about was all about technology and the clubs and the ball and all that.
Well, isn't that kind of the argument of why they're rolling the ball back? Is because
Yes.
they haven't changed technology to make these guys longer and longer, and they're just still getting longer.
Still getting
And they
longer.
can only make a course so long.
Yes.
So we got to roll the ball back.
Well, then that's what, and so the argument they were giving an argument against rolling the ball back because it's like that's not.
It won't help.
The technology's not the problem.
Yeah.
It's basically stayed the same. I mean, there's little changes, but
Sure.
not these big jumps like it was
like
for a
25,
while.
30 years ago. Yeah.
And now that it's really fairly more or less the same, and you're still seeing that increase, it really is simply because of players getting stronger, becoming more athletic, taking care of their bodies, treating golf like they're athletes,
Right.
and now
Example, Tiger Woods.
Well, Tiger is probably where it all started,
Right.
Because up till that point, I mean, you could. I guess the argument of it being a game or unathletic probably does make sense if you look at some of the older golfers who are out there. And
I'll touch on that because that was kind of brought up too. Sure, it's like body shapes
I could
and
see that more then
regiment. Yeah,
but now, even today, even some of anyway, I think the level of care and strength and physical ability of these guys on the tour is astounding,
right?
Especially the guys at the very top. That at least it occurs to me that way. I mean, the training they do, the flexibility stuff they do,
right?
The different motions and the weights and the bands and I mean all this stuff. I don't think it's any different than Steph Curry doing his off court stuff or whoever.
Right. No, I mean I agree. I think golf's a sport. I think it's always been a sport. And for some of those reasons, for sure, one of the things that was brought up by these guys too was, well, yeah, but anybody can go out and play, whenever. And you brought up the fact, like back in the day with some of the older golfers, like, 60s, 70s, like the Jack era for sure, where these guys, Ben Hogan was a chain smoker, you know?
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer was a big party guy, and he didn't work out a day in his life probably. I mean, he's just naturally strong.
Yeah.
But, and I don't know that's a fact, but he certainly wasn't on the regiment these guys on tour are now. And that was, that was said as, well, that's why it's a game and not a sport. It's because, these guys are all pudgy and they didn't lift weights and they drank all the time and, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, well, let's go back and talk about guys playing baseball in the 60s and 70s. So is baseball a game and not a sport because of that? I would hear a lot of people argue that there's no way in hell that baseball is a game. It's a sport. If it's called, if you call it a game, well, it's got to be a game. Well, we see that. I mean, the Chicago Bulls chant before every game started. Was game time.
Game time, yeah.
So that doesn't have anything to do with it. But you can't go off of body shape and regiment and stuff because there's a lot of guys that can just somehow figure out how to play a sport.
Yeah.
And go about it that way.
I mean, I think it's a really unique sport in the sense that it is accessible to more people in a lot of ways.
Sure.
Very easily.
But what's accessibility mean?
Accessibility in the sense of you can, if it's true, it's not accessible to everyone, but there's an accessibility being able to get onto, get some clubs, go on a course and just walk around or play, and, if you wanted to go and play baseball forever, for example, and you're, you
can't go by yourself
in
really.
your 30s, you got to figure that out before, however old you might be, right? Outside of your high school.
Yeah.
You got to find a group, you got to figure out, you got to engage in, so it's a little harder, I think, for people to really play that stuff as they age. It's an interesting, it's sort of a funny comparison in a way because there's so much overlap, I think, and I don't know.
Well, here's my so.
What do you think?
Well, I think it's a sport. Yeah. It's athletic.
Yeah.
There's an athletic motion to it. Yeah. I mean, especially in this day and age with all of the different ways we break down a golf swing, which I think is a lot for most people to handle. It's probably too much for people to handle.
Way too much.
Yeah. I don't think there's that much that's involved. That'd be like I feel like that'd be like breaking down a jump shot to a point where somebody didn't even know how to pull the trigger and like actually release the ball off their hand. Mm-hmm. But I think there's because there's some relatability to the game, the sport of golf. Anyone thinks they can go out and just mechanically figure it out to be good, and this is another reason why I would argue that it's a sport, not a game, because people can do. You can go out and shoot baskets and just shoot baskets. You can go pick up games and be terrible and still play in pickup games in basketball. Soccer, same thing. There's men's leagues, and I'll touch on the men's league stuff as to why you can't say that. Substance altering things that people take
make it a
game versus a sport. And because that'll relate to some of the men's leagues I played in. But I think there's like that thought process of, well, if I just do all of these different points in the golf swing, and if I get them down robotically, I can be really good at it. People can't. And the reason why is they can't get in certain positions unless they do certain exercises. If their body's not naturally going to do that. It's an athletic motion through impact. It has to be. And that's why people that play golf for 30 years never get any better, is because they're not athletic enough to do it. I'm not saying they can't have fun doing it, but it's a sport, and they can't be at a level that's measured handicap-wise or whatever if they can't get in those positions. And if you can't get in those positions because your body won't allow you, then you either have to train to do it, or you just never will be able to do it consistently that way. Right? The other thing, and I'll bring it up right now because Garrett Clark's a young man and we are not. He talked about going out and being able to drink, and guys get drunk and still can play golf. That's a game.
Yeah,
and no other sport has that. Dude, you didn't know what the NFL was like in the 80s and 90s. Mm-hmm. The amount of cocaine and drug use in the NFL.
All of the different sports. Baseball.
Right. I mean, but baseball, same thing. And not just, I'm not talking about PEDs. I'm talking about guys coked out of their minds going and playing a game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's stories of players on LSD pitching and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, substance use, and that could be maybe a conversation of a whole other day about what happens on a golf course with that. I mean, I think there's a lot to say about it.
They're funny to watch reels of, but it's really sick to watch a person.
And it is kind of a nice thing for guys to people to be out,
and have fun. Sure,
I get it. But yeah, that's an interesting argument against it being a sport.
Yeah, that doesn't negate it being a sport, because on a professional level
holds up at all. Yeah.
I mean, what are we forgetting about John Daly?
Here we go.
Does that guy look like an athlete?
Well, and he was hungover or drunk playing so much of the time anyway. Maybe
he won his first major completely blitzed.
Yeah.
He blacked out half the time. Like, imagine now. Can the weekend golfer go out and do that? Can he shoot 4 rounds in the 60s at crooked stick, half blacked out? No. The guy's an athlete. He doesn't look like one, but he makes an athletic motion. He's flexible as hell.
Yep.
He can put himself in all positions. He doesn't train like Tiger Woods or anybody today.
Imagine if he did.
But he's an athlete. Well, there's that argument forever. Like, imagine if John Daly worked at golf the same way Tiger Woods did, or Scotty Scheffler does, or Rory Mac, like any of those guys. The amount of natural athletic ability in him is, I still argue, maybe outside of Fred Couples, the most naturally athletic guy to ever play professional golf.
I could see that.
So, uber talent.
Yeah.
And again, it's a sport because of those reasons.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's an aspect of it that's a game for sure, but I definitely think there's.
Yeah, I'm just looking over my notes to make sure I've covered all his bases, because I will definitely argue it as a sport, and those are the reasons why. You're definitely exerting yourself. Some people more than others.
Right.
But walking for several miles in a day, that's an athletic thing to do.
Yeah.
So you're exerting that just on itself, plus every swing.
Yeah, they were talking about, and this probably goes to Rory being all over the course,
right?
But because he wears that Whoop band.
That's right.
They were talking about how many steps he had.
Yeah,
it was like 20,000 in one. God. I think the criticism is valid. And it's something that not a criticism, not a criticism, but
I am messing with you a little bit, but
it's valid, and I think I recognize that the amount of time I practice, the amount of time I commit to stuff, I should not expect a lot.
Well, and even going into the whole practice thing, you're not even going into a practice with something you're breaking down and working on, right? It's like you're just going. Well, to see
and we've had this conversation a lot too. I mean, you're extremely good at feeling what your body's doing through the golf swing for the most, like you understand more what you're trying to do, and when you don't do it, you kind of get a sense of what happened.
Sure.
And I don't feel that.
Right.
I literally don't know, and that just partly because I don't do it enough. I know.
Yeah.
I know you've always videoed your swing. You've always watched your swing. And so you have a sense of that, I think, too. And that that's something that, in this, as I've been thinking about this journey with you, like what I'm going to take from it, I think studying my swing more and then implementing a couple of things from there, too. So, because I really don't film my swing. I really don't watch it very much.
Yeah.
So I can't expect, and I do think I'm become a visual person. So seeing some of these things that, repetitively will help me feel it.
Well, better. I wouldn't say doing a couple changes that are way different.
Well, that's what I mean. But seeing it, so you'll be like, stand up this way or do whatever.
Right.
Oh, okay. Now I see, because if I'm up there, I don't know. I feel like I'm doing it. No, you're not.
Well, and that's with most people too.
Exactly.
That's why video is such a great thing to have. It's a tool.
So that's why I think, to answer your question, like one thing I think for me would literally just be get some video of what I'm doing.
Yep.
And studying it a little bit, seeing some stuff. And that's not hard to do. I mean, I've got a little tripod. I can bring my iPhone and just
stick your phone up there and do it.
Record some stuff.
Yep.
So that would be one thing. And then, I think seeing, getting a couple of pieces to work on and that are simple and start with that. Yeah. I've always felt pretty comfortable swinging the golf club. Yeah. Like it's never felt bad.
Cumbersome and awkward and
I mean, as I've gotten older, I've noticed, I'm not quite as flexible. So that's...
Which we both need to continue to work on.
So that's... could be part of it too. But, I mean, I don't know. Does that answer your question? Or did it give you something?
So I think where I think there should be something is and this is how my brain works versus lots of people's, but it's one of these like short-term versus long-term, outcomes and goals. And I don't always want to use the word goal because sometimes it's not a goal, it's an outcome or it's like a step to something.
Right.
But if you there's two things that I was talking about with you is like a little bit of a grip change and then getting you in a more athletic posture over the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about Rory all the time because you and him are like the same body type, like same height, whatever. And he hits the ball
100 yards further than me.
A ton. I mean, his ball speed is incredible. Yeah. So when we have this whole I can't hit it as far because I'm not as big, that argument goes out the window. Right. Now, are you going to hit as far as Rory? No, but that's not the point. The point is, if you do a couple of things, mechanics take some of that into account, and then bam, all of a sudden you're more accurate, you're hitting it further, and more, anyway. So I think you, again, going back to athleticism, as this is a sport, so getting you to stand taller, because you tend to, especially right before you're going to take the club back, you start squatting, almost like you're taking a poop. It gets that low sometimes. And the times where you get that low, I know you're not going to make good contact.
Yeah.
Because you're now in a position where you have to stand up to go get the ball.
Totally.
And without you're good, you have good hand-eye coordination. Without that being on that day, forget about it.
Yeah, I won't hit it at all. Yeah. No, I mean, it makes sense. But like I said, I don't feel it.
Sure.
I don't know I'm doing
No one's said, hey, Matt, we're on a course, you're getting a lesson or whatever it is. No one's made a comment, hey, dude, stand taller, get away from the bend over, and then be like, how does that feel? Way different. Okay, no one's ever done that really.
Not really.
So you don't know. There's no way to know that. Yeah.
Well, yeah. And
you get in these comfortable spots, and then our bodies get used to just slowly changing. I mean, that's why golf's so hard.
Yeah.
Everything's just a little off one day versus another, but it doesn't feel any different at all.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think, from a practical standpoint, I think a goal, or whatever you want to call it, and would be to, not have those completely jacked up shots on a round.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm going to miss shots.
Sure.
But, like, just where I can.
Getting rid of the goddamn shot, as we call it, because that's what it was on the video. Dude, I was laughing so hard. It was.
I didn't know you were filming.
Oh my
That's
God.
awesome.
Oh,
Thanks for not showing me.
Sometimes we'd set it up, and then I'd just get out of the way because we're trying to keep pace up, and I didn't grab the camera until everybody hit, so I forgot it was even running. And I'm I had shots on my son, and some of the other guys that were playing with us, we were just a threesome. There was some single that joined in, some of his shots or her shots.
I probably would not have done that if I would have known the camera was going.
Of course,
I definitely would not have done that. Actually, that's hilarious.
Oh, there's anyway.
Yeah,
so
don't show me. I don't need to see it.
That all gets cut. There's none of that. But it's just I have all the raw footage, and so I'm going through to find clips to put in. So it was it just brought my attention to all the stuff we talk about the game of golf, which is a sport,
right?
and why we can't be that upset, and it's hard not to be sometimes. Trust me, it's just you can be utterly frustrated at any level, but there's. Especially when you feel like you're making progress and you have a day of just what is happening. But
totally.
It's we have to have an expectation, and so for me, it's I know what my expectation is.
Yeah.
And for you, we have to set one, and that's going to change weekly, monthly, whatever. And I think one goal that I don't think is out of the realm at all of not attaining is breaking 80 this season. Go out and play 18 holes. I see no reason why, especially if you change a couple of things, you're going to be if you do those things and get used to it, you're already going to have a better ball strike.
No, I'm very clear I could get under 80.
So if you do that, maybe I just connected with a swing coach finally.
Oh, cool.
And it's going to be virtual for now because he's in another state, and I'll on other videos and episodes and stuff I'll talk about who it is and whatever, but it's going to incorporate a lot of not just a swing coach, but also athletic movements and analyzing my body to see what's wrong, what's right, what I can do, what I can't do.
Right.
Kind of handicapping my body too, which is part of the program that he does. So I'm excited to do that.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be really depressing at first. When you go through certain things you're not there yet, and you think, I should be able to do this.
You're doing that? Oh, okay. No, that's good, man.
So it'll be good.
No, I'm happy to hear you got.
It's gonna be a little bit So.
Well, I think both of us are pretty athletic in general. We're not uncoordinated.
No,
people, but there's athletic things to improve on.
There's definitely some, then there's a couple things that I just can't seem to get over the hump on. My lower body, and a lot of people's has been a thing for me my whole life, but I learned to swing a different way. So some of it's habit that's going away, which definitely has changed. But when you're doing self-taught stuff in this game, which is a sport, again, not only just having video, but having a professional put eyes on things, because I can understand what needs to happen and what I'm trying to accomplish, but someone that has a whole nother viewpoint on how to give you something that makes sense that your body responds to help you do that.
Yeah, great point.
I told my wife the other day, I'm basically out of ideas. Yeah, I've tried a lot of different things, and I'm working on too much stuff, so I can't really improve on stuff. I keep changing I'm a swing changer, and I got to stop being a swing changer and just get to what is at the core of this, and that's where the professional, PGA professional or a swing coach comes into the equation to say it's because of this, and that's part of this program too. Is you're never going to be able to do that because we got to get your body trained to do these things first. So we're going to back up. We're going to break you down. So that's where I'm at, but I think it's super attainable for you to be able this season to break 80, which, by the way, have you ever done that?
No.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that was, I didn't think so.
No.
And if that was the case, we had to maybe come up with something else, but we could certainly put that in there. But so that's, I think that's attainable for you this summer. And in saying that, the two things I gave you, that's pretty much all I'm going to be able to do. I'm not a professional golfer. I'm not a teaching professional.
Right.
So I think you should go find somebody, and I can refer you to a couple people too.
Yeah.
Get a couple lessons this spring and summer, right? And talk about where you're at. And, and if you do those things, we will check that box for you for sure.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember last time I had a golf lesson, so.
I can't either.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea. I don't.
Well, I've never, and I just haven't had any.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have had. Well, I don't know.
I was looking at my notes. I'm like, did I write that down? I can't. I think I was in college.
Yeah, I don't.
And it was probably like a tune-up after it came back or something.
I don't even know if I had one in college.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
There can't be a club throw.
No, you're totally right. I mean, I have no excuses. It's hilarious.
And then short game.
Yeah, because for sure.
We'll talk about your putting stroke later.
Okay.
But and this is not like, I'm not like bashing Matt. This is not like I'm saying Matt's a bad putter. But when he misses putts, they're usually, because I've watched Matt roll in some stupid long putts.
Yeah.
Especially when we're like in some sort of game, this is a sport, but we're playing games within the sport. And clutch time, you rolled some big putts. But I've also watched you miss some really, and as we do, some silly short ones. But every time you miss a silly short one, I know why.
Right.
So if you can close that gate, you'll be fine. But short game.
Yeah.
And again, I talked about short game areas to go, like, find a good place to practice short game.
That would be helpful.
It's not the course that's closest to us.
No.
There's other courses that you can go work on.
Some places, cool.
Yeah. And they're not that far. And actually, I should probably write down a list of the good ones I've found, and we can share that. But then you can go work on that just as a whole separate practice. Because that's what I found works best for me, is if I go out with a mindset of today it's swing training.
Just gotta
I'm going to work on a drill.
Yeah.
But if I go, a different day, I go out and it's short game, or it's just putting, or whatever it is. It's just like having leg day versus, bicep tricep day versus chest day, whatever.
Sure.
And that helps you focus. So that's my input.
Cool. Yeah, appreciate it.
And I'd like to have something ahead of you.
Yeah.
That you can get to.
Yeah.
Because then you can just keep track. Because as we're entering as many scores as we can this season, we're going to keep track of all that very easily.
Yeah.
And I'm going to keep track of stats. And there's a couple apps that are out there. I'm going to try one of them and see. But, so I can kind of see where I need to, as I get progressively, like the swing is the swing. Like, it's there.
Yeah.
Why am I not scoring? Find other areas.
Cool.
So, feel free to tag along on that too. But,
Nice.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah. So there it is. I will keep you accountable. You'll keep me accountable.
Yes, sir. I love it.
And we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Cool. Let's do it.
That's all I got, bud.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Yeah, that was a mouthful tonight. But once again, great podcast. This is a wrap on episode 4.
Yeah.
Swing 365 Colorado. Once again, our sponsor. Thank you so much. Love being here. It's super fun.
Yep.
Every time I come in here and turn this thing on to do the podcast, I really just want to be in here for like another hour. And like it's just right there.
Yeah.
So it's right there. And you can see behind us right now, I have Muirfield Village, which is Jack Nicklaus's course. This is where they play the Memorial.
Yep. You
can play that course. There's some local courses here that we can load up on this thing and play, but I don't know how many that we have on here loaded now, but it's a great tool on so many levels.
Like 50 or something?
50 or 60 courses now are loaded on here. Wow. And I will say, I had a day last week where I came in here and I brought in 3 different drivers that I have to see if I could figure out if because I'm struggling with my driver, especially my ball speed and what's going on there, if one of the drivers would be better for me as far as like fit. I do have our good friend Joe is also a club fitter, and I'm actually going to go out there hopefully next month and get fit with him to check a couple things. But as it turns out, I was thinking maybe this isn't reading things right. So I tried all the drivers, and ironically, the oldest one seemed to have the best ball flight in numbers. I don't know why that is. Maybe who knows. But then I took it out, and I tested my carry distances from here out to the range. And it was dead on,
Pretty
man.
good.
Yep.
Nice.
Because there was a couple I'm not sure. Unfortunately for me,
it was right.
It was right. Now, there's a couple of things I figured out what was happening, and again, going back to the kind of the swing mechanics of my body, but whatever. But why am I going down? I figured out what was happening, so we're going to work on that some more. That has actually changed and gotten better already. But this tool is so good to have because of that. So seriously, code Scratch, all caps, 10% off any memberships.
Yeah.
Swing 365 Colorado. Check out the website. Come in for a trial. You want to get better? I'm telling you, this literally works. So, Matt?
Yes, sir.
Jump in here whenever, man.
Yeah.
Work on your game.
We'll do.
All right, that's a wrap. Episode 4. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
on
everybody.
the YouTube channel, on all audio platforms, and we'll see you next month.
Until the next one.
Later.
See ya.